Red Star Racetrack today. Come forward a little bit because the sound on a cell phone is always a pain. I'm with Mr. Clinton Pienaar. Clint, you've had a lot of success through the years. You've started lots of race series. You are a racer yourself. And you come up with quite a novel idea, something that we thought of. I'll take the credit for it, hey? When we first came to the launch of these bikes, the GSX-8R Cup. It's a one-make series, and you're going to be racing next year.
Yeah, so the idea is, look, I don't have the money to send my kid overseas to go and race in a championship there, and my little son Tristan Pienaar in the short circuit was basically formed because of him, and we want to create a proper national series, and we can't run a full national this next year. We can try and run a national challenge, but if we get more than 20 people on the grid, we'll have a full national series for 2026, hopefully. We're going to try our best, and yeah, I've got Errol Conjai, the head of Suzuki Technical, who's retired now. He's going to be full-time working on this, making sure that everybody complies, and the bikes are going to be all standard. We've got a fuel sponsor, and if we can get a few more of the bigger sponsors, we're going to have the cheapest form of racing, where we're going to showcase the best riders in the country on equal bikes.
We've needed this for a long time, and as you rightly said, their racing is challenging at the moment, and it's mostly due to the costs involved. Let's face it, that is bottom line, that's what it is. So explain this all to me. I want to start racing.
You contact us. I stand not to gain 1 cent out of it. We put you in touch with a Suzuki dealer.
Yeah.
Suzuki South
So
Africa.
the dealers are involved?
The Suzuki dealers are involved.
Suzuki SA is involved?
Suzuki SA is involved.
I buy this here motorcycle.
You go and buy it from Suzuki at a dealer. You can buy it on finance. We can put the whole race fairing, the braided hoses, the exhaust and everything on it. And you've got a bike ready to race. We're going to have one tyre manufacturer, which will be qualifying race 1 and race 2 on one set of tyres, and the guys will mark them. And people can crook the fuel. We've got a fuel supplier. The fuel will be supplied. People can crook the ECUs. We've got the haulage system, the wheelies there'll be a bin file, and every bike will be sealed. So you cannot crook. If you want to come crook, don't come and ride with us, because we are going to police it.
Just be lacquer. So that's it. Clint, I've got to say, well done. We behind you. Guys, you want to go racing. This is going to be one of the most cost-effective classes out there, I would imagine. Is that fair comment?
By a long shot.
Lacquer. And tell me now, where are you going to tag onto? What racing, what events are you going to tag onto to host this?
Okay, so I wanted to start with the full national for the first year with riding with the ZX10, but we couldn't with the national extreme. But we're going with Tanya and them from Swartkops, and we're going to go their regional extreme. They mainly race at Swartkops, and they've got one race that they're doing at Mozambique, but I don't think we're going to do that. We're going to try and do one race in Cape Town and one race in PE. So it will be about an 8-round championship, but around the country.
It's going to be fun. Watch the space. We'll keep you up to date. I'm with Savannah and Michaela, two very quick ladies. I'm told that they're quicker than me. I'm not given the opportunity to prove it. Hey? Sav, you've been doing this for a long time. You know all about development racing. Tell me a little bit about this cup. What are your thoughts?
I'm really excited for this class. The last time I raced on a single make championship was in the ladies class that was run by Clint on the short circuit, and it was some of the best racing. If any of the viewers can remember, it was dicing from start to finish. It was so much fun, and we had a good battle. We competed for the championship position up until the last race, and I can tell you that this series is going to be exactly the same.
Brilliant. Share your thoughts. Come on now, don't be shy. Look at the camera, say cheese.
Cheese.
Okay, tell us about it.
I'm very excited for the cup. I mean, it's bringing back what racing was all about.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember as a little kid going to watch the races.
You're still a little kid. Look at
little. It was. Oh, yo, look at that rider.
Yeah.
Yo, they're sitting in their own tent. They look focused.
Yeah.
But that one's two. I wonder who's going to win, and they get to the end and they both crash. But you know what I mean? It's going to bring back racing what it used to be.
Oh, that's fantastic. Girls, don't let me interfere. Jump on the bikes. Let's go see what you got.
Cool.
Lekker. Thank you. Caught up with some of the very fast guys. They're just lucky I don't race. Hello boys, how's it going? Lekker. I'm going to go one at a time. I'm going to ask you what your thoughts are, just very briefly, on this new cup. Why, what, how, and are you in? Let's go. Number one, go. Give me your thoughts.
As long as we can get a bike, we'll be racing. because it's a lot more cost effective and it'll be a lot closer racing than what's happening now, where it's, if you have the biggest checkbook, you'll win. So as soon as we get a bike, we'll definitely be racing.
That's it. But now you said that this man on your right cheats a lot, eh? He does. He cuts corners.
Nothing.
Tell me all about it. Are you happy with this? Are you excited about the idea?
I think it's an amazing concept. If we can get it right and we have a lot of people on the grid, it's going to be great fun because everybody will be equal terms, equal bikes, great racing, not just racing against 3 people, and be worth the money.
Brilliant. Well, let's see if we can get this thing rolling. So you had a lot to say before we went on air. You've got exactly 7 words.
I think
Right, that's you out of it. Okay. Now, tell me a little bit about your thoughts, mate.
I think the concept is good, but jumping down from an R6 to an 80 horsepower 800, I think that's a bit of a jump. But I think if we can get the concept right and get the racing good, the excitement will be there. So
Brilliant.
if we can get a bike for a decent price, I think I'll be there.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, the price is good, and I mean, if I was listening in there, the cost to come and race. I'm a very dirt bike kind of guy. The cost to come and race is less than the price of a dirt bike now, so it makes sense, eh?
Yeah.
And yourself, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I love the idea of a stock series. You know, it's a place to show how competitive I really am and how competitive other people are. You know, that has ridden stock bikes and has competed against hot bikes. You know, they can show how competitive they really are.
Yeah, that's fantastic, man. Well, boys, listen, thanks a mil. Thanks for saying how's it. Let's get a lekker photo. Right, say cheese. I can't make them any prettier, ladies and gentlemen. That's what they look like. We will see you out there. We look forward to this series. Thank you. I'm with Errol Kwanchai, who was head of Suzuki Technical for ever since I was a little boy. You're like one of my heroes, sir. I've got to tell you this. Errol, you're the technical man in charge of making sure that the bikes all comply with the series. Tell us a little bit about what the process is. I go and buy a bike, and then
So after you've bought the bike, what will happen is it'll be done through a dealership, and prior to you taking delivery, we'll actually be doing sealing of the engines, ECUs, and any limited modifications that will be allowed on the bikes will be limited to either a single supplier or a single brand to minimize the cost, because the whole idea is to make this race series as affordable as possible.
correct. Now I heard a few things while we were chatting. Braided brake lights was the one. A lighter fairing.
Well, it'll be race fairings.
Yeah.
Obviously, will be makes more sense than using the standard bodywork.
Yeah. Rear
Possibly
sets?
a different exhaust and rear sets, and possibly handlebars.
Possibly handlebars. So
That'll essentially be the limit of the modifications allowed.
okay. How do you get around things like the I know that on the GSX-8R the forks aren't adjustable. How do you get around stuff like that?
At the moment, that's the suspension changes if necessary.
Yeah.
Is being investigated at the moment. So
Okay,
at the
so
moment,
then-
that hasn't been finalised.
There is a plan, but this is not going to be checkbook racing. This is going to be that's your bike. It stays as it is. You can do your individual setup, obviously gearing from track to track.
That's correct.
And this is the man who's going to kick you in the nuts if you bugger it up.
Okay.
Girls, you've just been out for a couple of laps. Okay. Little bit different to what you traditionally ride. I'll start with Savannah. Thoughts?
I can't wait for the season to start. It's going to be close racing.
No, I want to know what the motorbike's
The
like.
motorbike, it's very responsive. The suspension's a little bit soft. Obviously, it's on road suspension, so riding track with it, it wallows quite a bit. But it'll all be different once they get the racing suspension on
A
it.
little bit of setup.
Hopefully, we'll get the clip-on handlebars, so you're further down because you're riding like a motard at the moment.
Okay, so it's quite that's the reason they wanted you to ride. Is that one of the feedback you're going to
Yes, yeah.
get put on drop bars? Okay, make it a little bit more aggressive.
Not make it feel like you're riding a scooter.
Scooter. Oh, don't tell Suzuki this.
I
eh?
won't, so don't worry.
What did you think? How does it feel? What do you ride usually?
I'm riding 150, 600.
Okay.
But it's very, very different from like it's the power of it is between 400 and it's not as strong as like the 600. So it's like it's odd.
But that's what we need, don't you think? So
Yeah.
you're not doing a big jump from say a 150 to it's an in betweener. Is that fair comment?
I do think it would be a nice for the riders that are going from 150
Yeah.
and want to go into like the bigger, longer circuits. I
Yeah.
do think it would be a nice step for them to have this championship and have this bike.
No, that's cool. Okay, now, in your opinion, take out any kind of, I don't know, opposition to is there anything you can think of that is negative around this?
No, I don't think there's anything negative. It's the one way that our motorcycling in South Africa is going to move forward, because we've got short circuits, but to progress onto long circuit, there's no step between, no step to move up. No,
It's a big jump, eh?
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's a perfect place for rookies, as they want to do, rookies to come and learn. And being with a few fast boys, and it'll teach them to be fast and how to be fast on a big circuit.
So this might be it. Now let me ask you a question. A comment was passed earlier by someone I was chatting to. Yeah, but you put the fast guys in with the rookies, and the fast guy overtakes the guy on the outside, and he gets a big fright and never wants to come racing again. Do you think that'll be the case on these bikes?
No, because I know they want to implement a certain rule, but also in a race, you learn a lot more than on practice.
Okay.
On a race, your adrenaline's pumping, you want to go, you want to catch the person in front of you. So whatever you learned, it's out the window.
Okay.
You just go back to your basics. So
Also, my thing is, if your track is moving faster, as I say to any rider, go into, say now you're a C-class rider, when you get moved up to B and the track's moving faster, you automatically ride faster.
Absolutely.
Because everyone else is going faster, and the adrenaline and the whole psychological thing on the side of it, you go, that guy's going faster and getting on the gas there. Wait, let me do the same.
What's he doing? So you're going to learn from the faster guys. That's what it is.
not just that, you see they can do it, so what makes me not capable of doing it? I need to push myself.
So this is the GSX-8R Cup. We hope to see it reaching fruition next year. We're going to see you girls out there. We'll definitely come to the first race.
Maybe next time I'll be standing there.
Absolutely, 100%. Right, the boys are out on the track. Got some Chris Wright, races internationally. All pretty excited about riding these things. And let's see. Right, here we go. Next lot going out. I'm going to have a quick chat with you now. Okay. Nice and busy. 2-3 laps each. Hello, boys.
Hello.
I'm going to ask you, what were your lap times? It's been a good day, and I think this is, in our opinion, it's a great idea. Chris, I'm going to chat to you first. You've done a lot of your racing overseas, and you know that this is the way that people have gone in other countries. What's your opinion? Is this a good thing for SA if they can pull it off?
Yeah, no, honestly, I think it's a great initiative. You know, in South Africa, we've never really had a well-planned structure involved in terms of our racing, and especially for the youth. And yeah, I think it's a brilliant idea. You know, it's a platform where talents of South Africa get to show themselves. And yeah, I think it'll be a great stepping stone as well. You know, unfortunately, racing in Europe, the rand to the euro is not the greatest. So
yeah,
you gotta pull out a few big bucks. But yeah, I think if we can get this thing going and get it on the show, then I think it's a great initiative for, you know, lighties like me and Ryan to, you know, just show ourselves, and yeah, I think it'll be great.
Brilliant. Ryan, you've just come in off the track. Tell me a little bit about the bike. Do you think it's got legs? What's your opinion? Would it be fun to race something like this?
You know, for the bike being standard, I was super impressed. It wasn't bad at all, and felt like a good bike to race. Struggled with the foot pegs hitting the ground a little bit, and Chris bumping my mirror off.
Suzuki told you Oaks you would. Okay, no, anyway. It's always a race.
You know, amazing experience, and I really hope this class can come to life because it's got a lot of potential.
Oh, that's cool. Nice to hear, boys. Tell me something now. Is it the equalizer? The thought of fast Oaks, like you guys, racing with novices, do you think that could become a problem?
In my opinion, I don't think so. You know, there's an old saying, you know, iron sharpens iron, you know, and it's not necessarily that these guys are beginners. It's just, you know, I feel like we've had a bit more experience in certain parts of motorcycle racing. But yeah, I mean, like I said, iron sharpens iron. The only way we're going to get better and really put ourselves on the platform out there is if we have competition like this, constantly pushing each other just to become better. And I think that's where we lose out compared to Europe. You know, they've just got hundreds of riders just pushing each other to the limit every single time, and yeah.
Yeah, no, brilliant, man. Boys, listen, I say thank you very much. It's been great watching you Oaks Dice, and I hope we see more of this next year.
Thank you.
Cheers, boys. Thanks a lot.